Before we begin, I need you to do something crucial. Subscribe to this channel right now and hit that like button. What you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about reality, and you'll want to come back to this moment. Do it now. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you, because tomorrow everything changes. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, I mean literally, physically, quantum mechanically, everything shifts. October 1st, 2025 is not just another date on your calendar. It is the moment when a cosmic portal opens that hasn't been accessible to humanity in over 26,000 years, and Ashtar Sheran, the commander of the Galactic Federation, has broken his silence with an urgent message that cannot wait another moment. You feel it, don't you? That strange electricity in the air, the way time seems to be moving differently, the dreams that feel more real than your waking life, the sudden urge to change everything about your existence. These aren't coincidences. These are the warning bells. The universe is literally screaming at you to wake up, and most people are hitting the snooze button on the most important alarm of their entire existence. Right now, as you listen to these words, there are celestial alignments occurring that defy conventional astronomy. Planets are positioning themselves in sacred geometric patterns that ancient civilizations built entire temples to honor. The magnetic field of Earth is fluctuating in ways that scientists cannot explain. The Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of our planet, is spiking to levels never before recorded. This isn't climate change, this isn't solar flares. This is the universe preparing for a quantum leap in consciousness, and you are standing at the edge of the diving board. Ashtar Sheran has been observing humanity for thousands of years. He has watched civilizations rise and fall. He has witnessed the cycles of awakening and forgetting. But he has never, in all of recorded galactic history, issued an alert quite like this one. The message is simple but devastating in its implications. You need to prepare yourself before tomorrow, or you will miss the single greatest opportunity for transformation that will be available in your lifetime. Let me be absolutely clear about what we're discussing here. This is not about religion. This is not about belief systems. This is about energetic physics. This is about dimensional reality. On October 1st, a portal opens between the third dimensional reality, where most of humanity currently operates, and the fifth dimensional frequency, where your highest self already exists. Think of it like a doorway that only appears once every 26,000 years. When it opens, those who have prepared themselves, those who have raised their vibration, those who have cleared their energetic field, they will be able to step through. And on the other side is a reality so abundant, so filled with synchronicity, so aligned with your deepest purpose, that your current life will seem like a faded dream. But here's what they don't want you to know. Here's what the systems of control have spent centuries hiding from you. You are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to barely survive. You are not meant to work your entire life just to have enough to eat and a place to sleep. You are a cosmic being having a temporary human experience, and you have access to unlimited abundance, unlimited wealth, unlimited health, unlimited creative power. The only thing standing between you and that reality is frequency, its vibration, its consciousness. Tomorrow, when this portal opens, the entire game changes. The rules that have governed manifestation, the rules that have governed wealth creation, the rules that have governed spiritual ascension, they all get rewritten. What used to take years of meditation and practice will happen in moments. What used to require decades of financial strategy will materialize in days. What used to be reserved for the spiritual masters and the enlightened few becomes available to anyone who has done the preparation work. And that's the key word, preparation. You cannot stumble into this portal unprepared. You cannot drag your old victim stories, your poverty consciousness, your fear-based thinking into the fifth dimension. It won't fit. It's like trying to bring a bag of rocks onto an airplane that's about to take off. You'll either leave the rocks behind or you'll miss the flight entirely. Ashtar Sheran is speaking directly to you right now, through these words, through this transmission. He is saying, I have watched you struggle for long enough. I have watched you doubt yourself for long enough. I have watched you play small for long enough. The cosmos is giving you a gift, a once in 26,000 years gift, and all you have to do is say yes. All you have to do is choose it. All you have to do is prepare yourself for the next 24 hours so that when that portal opens, you are standing right there, ready to walk through. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This isn't motivation. This isn't inspiration. This is information. This is intelligence from beings who exist outside of time, who can see all possible timelines simultaneously, and they are telling us that October 1st, 2025 is a nexus point. It's a moment where reality branches. Some people will continue on the old timeline, the timeline of struggle and limitation and slow, painful growth, and some people will jump to the new timeline, the timeline of instant manifestation, abundant wealth, perfect health, and cosmic consciousness. The electromagnetic frequencies bathing our planet right now are unlike anything in recorded history. NASA won't tell you this. Mainstream science can't explain it. But those who are sensitive, those who are awake, they can feel it in their bones. The veil between dimensions is getting thinner by the hour. You're seeing repeated numbers everywhere. You're having conversations and then hearing the exact same thing on television 5 minutes later. You're thinking of someone and they immediately call you. These aren't cute coincidences. These are symptoms of dimensional bleed-through. These are signs that the separation between what you call reality and what you call the spiritual realm is collapsing. And when that portal fully opens tomorrow, when those dimensional walls come down completely, your thoughts will manifest instantly. Your intentions will become reality immediately. Your vibration will determine your physical circumstances automatically. This is why the preparation is so critical, because if you walk into that portal still carrying fear, still vibrating at the frequency of lack, still believing in limitation, you will manifest a reality that reflects those beliefs at a speed that will terrify you. But if you do the work, if you spend the next 24 hours raising your frequency, clearing your field, aligning with abundance, connecting with your highest self, then when you step through that portal tomorrow, you will find yourself in a reality so magnificent, so overflowing with opportunity and wealth and synchronicity that you won't even recognize your old life. Ashtar Sheran is not asking you to believe in him. He's not asking you to join anything or buy anything or follow anyone. He's simply delivering a message. The portal opens October 1st. Be ready. The choice, as always, is yours. But understand that this choice will determine the trajectory of not just your life, but your soul's evolution for thousands of years to come. The cosmic awakening bell is ringing. Can you hear it? Now we need to go deeper, much deeper. Because what's happening tomorrow isn't just some spiritual concept you can meditate on and feel good about. This is hardcore quantum physics meeting ancient mystical truth, and the collision of these two realities is creating a rupture in the very fabric of what you call existence. Let me explain something that will fundamentally change how you see reality. Everything you perceive as solid, as real, as unchangeable, is actually a field of vibrating energy held together by consciousness. Quantum physicists discovered this over a century ago, but they buried it because the implications were too dangerous. If people understood that reality is fluid, that it responds to observation, that consciousness literally creates matter, the entire control system would collapse overnight. What's happening on October 1st is a quantum field rupture. The electromagnetic barrier that has kept humanity locked in third-dimensional density is fracturing. Think of it like a dam that's been holding back an ocean of higher consciousness, and that dam is developing massive cracks. When it breaks tomorrow, and it will break, a flood of fifth-dimensional energy is going to pour into this reality, and everyone will be forced to either rise to meet it or be swept away by it. The third dimension operates on a specific frequency range. It's slow, dense, linear. Cause and effect are separated by time. You plant a seed, you wait months, you get a tree. You work for decades, you retire. Maybe you have enough money. You think a thought, nothing happens immediately. This delay between intention and manifestation is what keeps most people trapped in victim consciousness. They try something once, don't see instant results and give up, never understanding that they were actually creating their reality the entire time, just very slowly. The fifth dimension operates completely differently. It's instantaneous, it's non-linear, it's quantum. Intention and manifestation happen simultaneously. The future, present, and past exist as one unified field, and you can access any point in that field with your consciousness. This is where miracles live. This is where instant healing happens. This is where you think about money and it shows up the same day. This is where you imagine your perfect life and wake up living it. Right now, in this moment, both dimensions exist simultaneously. You're standing with one foot in 3D and one foot in 5D, whether you realize it or not. But tomorrow, when the portal opens, when the quantum field ruptures completely, you will be forced to choose. You cannot exist in both realities anymore. The frequency gap is too wide. You will either anchor fully into the fifth dimensional field, or you will contract back into third dimensional density, and the choice will be made by your vibration, not by your intention. This is what Ashtar Sheran is trying to make you understand. Your beliefs about reality are creating your experience of reality at every single moment. If you believe money is hard to make, the quantum field arranges itself to prove you right. If you believe you're unlucky, the quantum field manifests circumstances that validate that belief. If you believe you're separate from Source, from God, from the universe, then you experience separation. But these aren't truths. These are simply frequencies you're broadcasting. And the quantum field, which is neutral and impersonal, simply reflects those frequencies back to you as physical experience. When the rupture happens tomorrow, this feedback loop speeds up exponentially. The lag time between thought and manifestation compresses. What used to take months happens in weeks. What used to take weeks happens in days. What used to take days happens in hours. And for those operating at the highest frequencies, manifestation becomes instantaneous. This is not metaphor. This is not exaggeration. This is quantum mechanics meeting spiritual law. Scientists call it quantum entanglement. Mystics call it oneness. It's the same thing. At the quantum level, everything is connected to everything else. There is no separation. There is no distance. A particle on one side of the universe instantly affects its entangled partner on the other side, faster than the speed of light, violating everything we thought we knew about physics. This isn't theory. This has been proven in laboratories thousands of times. And what does this mean for you? It means you are quantum entangled with everything you desire. The wealth you want, the life you dream of, the abundance you crave, it already exists in the quantum field, and the only thing creating the illusion of separation is your consciousness. The dimensional barriers that have kept you from accessing your quantum entangled abundance are dissolving. Tomorrow they dissolve completely, and this is why preparation is everything. Because when those barriers come down, whatever frequency you're vibrating at will instantly materialize as your physical reality. If you're vibrating at fear, you'll manifest scenarios that create more fear. If you're vibrating at lack, you'll manifest more lack. But if you're vibrating at abundance, at gratitude, at unwavering faith in your divine nature, then you will step into a reality so abundant that your logical mind will struggle to accept it. Let me tell you what the quantum field rupture actually looks like from a practical standpoint. You will notice that time feels different. Hours will pass like minutes, or minutes will stretch like hours. You will experience intense synchronicities, not just once or twice, but constantly. You will think of someone and they will appear. You will need something and it will show up. You will have a question and the answer will present itself immediately. This is the quantum field responding to your consciousness without the 3D delay buffer. You will also notice that your thoughts become louder, more powerful. Where before you could entertain negative thoughts without much consequence, now a single fearful thought will create a physical anxiety response immediately. This is not punishment. This is feedback. The universe is showing you, in real time, what frequency you're broadcasting so you can consciously choose to shift it. People who are not prepared for this, people who are still lost in victim consciousness, who blame others for their circumstances, who live in resentment and anger and fear, they are going to have a very difficult experience. Because all of those lower frequencies will manifest instantly as chaos in their external reality. And they will not understand that they are creating it. They will think the world is ending. They will think reality is collapsing. And in a sense, they're right. The old reality is collapsing. The question is whether you're collapsing with it or ascending beyond it. Ashtar Sheran and the Galactic Federation have been preparing for this moment for thousands of years. They have been seeding consciousness, activating star seeds, sending downloads and upgrades to those who are ready. They have been working behind the scenes to ensure that when this rupture happens, there are enough awakened souls anchoring the fifth dimensional frequency that the entire species doesn't collapse into chaos. You are one of those souls. You wouldn't be hearing this message if you weren't. The quantum field is infinite potential. It contains every possible version of your life simultaneously, the broke version and the billionaire version, the sick version and the healthy version, the depressed version and the enlightened version. All of them exist right now in the quantum field, and the one that materializes as your physical experience is determined entirely by the frequency you're vibrating at. Tomorrow, when the rupture is complete, you will lock into one of these timelines, and shifting after that point will be exponentially more difficult. This is not meant to create fear. This is meant to create urgency. You have a very short window to do the inner work, to clear the old programming, to raise your vibration to the frequency of the reality you actually want to experience. And the beautiful thing is, you already know how. Deep in your soul, you remember. You remember that you are not a victim of circumstance. You remember that you are a powerful creator. You remember that abundance is your birthright. All you have to do is choose to remember consciously. The quantum field rupture is not something happening to you. It's something happening for you. It's the universe removing the training wheels. It's consciousness accelerating the evolution of the species. And you get to decide whether you evolve with it or remain behind. Ashtar Sheran is simply holding the door open and saying it's time. The quantum field is about to rupture completely. Are you ready to step into your power? Now we arrive at the part that most spiritual teachers are afraid to talk about. Money, wealth, abundance, material manifestation. They've convinced you that spirituality and money don't mix, that wanting wealth is somehow less evolved, that true enlightenment means being poor and humble. Let me tell you something that will shatter that illusion forever. That belief system was installed in you by design to keep you powerless, to keep you struggling, to keep you dependent on systems that profit from your poverty consciousness. The portal opening tomorrow is not just spiritual, it's financial, it's material. It's about cold, hard, tangible wealth flowing into your reality at levels that would seem impossible by today's standards. And here's what you need to understand. October 1st opens a specific frequency corridor that has a direct relationship with monetary abundance. This isn't wishful thinking. This is cosmic architecture. Money is energy. That's not a metaphor. Money is literally crystallized energy moving through human consciousness. Every dollar, every euro, every yen is a physical representation of value, of exchange, of energy transfer. And like all energy, it responds to frequency. It flows towards certain vibrations and away from others. Poor people vibrate at one frequency. Wealthy people vibrate at another. It's that simple and that profound. Right now, the global financial frequency is locked at a level that keeps the majority of humanity in survival mode. You work, you get paid, you pay bills, you have a little left over if you're lucky, and the cycle repeats. This isn't because you're not smart enough or not working hard enough. It's because the financial frequency field has been artificially suppressed to keep wealth concentrated in the hands of the few. But tomorrow, when the portal opens, that suppression field cracks wide open. What does this mean practically? It means that the energetic pathways for money to flow into your life become supercharged. Opportunities that would normally never reach you suddenly appear. People with resources become drawn to you. Ideas for wealth creation download into your consciousness. Investments that would normally take years to pay off accelerate. Money that you forgot about reappears. Debts get forgiven. Windfalls occur. This isn't luck. This is frequency alignment during a cosmic portal opening. The ancient mystery schools knew this. The Egyptian priesthood knew this. The Atlantean civilizations knew this. There are specific cosmic alignments when the veil between the material and spiritual realms becomes so thin that manifestation of physical wealth becomes exponentially easier. They built their temples to align with these moments. They performed rituals during these windows. They understood that the universe operates in cycles, and certain cycles are astronomically more powerful for material manifestation than others. October 1st, 2025 is one of those moments. But this isn't just any cycle. This is the completion of a 26,000-year cosmic cycle, combined with specific planetary alignments, combined with the quantum field rupture we discussed. The convergence of these factors creates what Ashtar Sheran calls a financial frequency portal. For exactly 48 hours, the normal rules of financial manifestation are suspended, and quantum leaps become possible. Let me be very specific about what quantum financial leaps look like. We're not talking about manifesting an extra $100. We're not talking about a small raise at work. We're talking about 5-figure, 6-figure, even 7-figure manifestations within days or weeks of the portal opening. We're talking about complete financial transformation, going from struggling to pay rent to having more money than you know what to do with. This sounds insane to your logical mind, because your logical mind operates in third-dimensional linear time. But the financial frequency portal operates in quantum time, where past, present, and future collapse into a single point of infinite possibility. But here's the catch, and this is critical. You cannot access this portal from a poverty consciousness. You cannot vibrate at the frequency of lack and expect to manifest abundance. It's like trying to tune your radio to FM while it's set to AM. The signal won't come through, and this is where most people fail. They want the money. They need the money. They're desperate for the money, and that very desperation pushes it away because desperation is a low-frequency vibration that repels wealth. Wealthy consciousness operates from a completely different paradigm. It's not about needing money. It's about knowing you already have it. It's about feeling abundant before the bank account shows it. It's about vibrating at the frequency of wealth as a state of being, not as a future goal. When you achieve this state, when you genuinely feel wealthy in your bones regardless of your current circumstances, the universe has no choice but to materialize physical wealth in your reality because the quantum field must match your vibration. Tomorrow, when the financial frequency portal opens, this matching process accelerates dramatically. If you've done the work, if you've cleared your poverty programming, if you've raised your vibration to the frequency of abundance, you will experience financial miracles. Money will come from expected and unexpected sources. People will offer you opportunities you never asked for. Your business will suddenly explode. Your investments will multiply. Things will click into place with an ease that feels almost supernatural. Because it is supernatural. It's supernatural. It's beyond the normal rules of nature. It's quantum. Ashtar Sheran wants you to understand something profound. The universe is infinitely abundant. There is no shortage of resources, no shortage of wealth, no shortage of money. The only shortage exists in human consciousness. Scarcity is a programmed belief, not a reality. The galaxy operates on principles of infinite abundance, and Earth is the only planet where beings believe in lack. This belief has kept humanity enslaved for thousands of years, but that imprisonment ends for those who are ready when the portal opens tomorrow. Let me tell you about the specific downloads that will be available during this 48-hour window. These are energetic codes, frequency transmissions that your consciousness can receive if you're open and prepared. The first is the Millionaire Mindset Activation. This is an instant rewiring of your subconscious beliefs about money. Years of poverty programming can be deleted in minutes during this window. The second is the Abundance Magnetism Amplifier. This dramatically increases your energetic pull on financial resources, making you a magnet for wealth. The third is the Quantum Wealth Timeline Jumper. This allows you to literally shift from your current financial timeline to a timeline where you're already wealthy, collapsing years of struggle into days of transformation. These aren't visualizations. These aren't affirmations. These are actual energetic structures that get installed in your quantum field during the portal opening. But you have to consciously choose to receive them. You have to be vibrating at a frequency high enough to integrate them. And this is why the next 24 hours of preparation are absolutely crucial. I need you to hear this clearly. Spiritual people deserve to be wealthy. In fact, spiritual people should be the wealthiest people on the planet, because they understand how to use money as a force for good, as a tool for transformation, as energy to be circulated rather than hoarded. The belief that poverty is noble is one of the most damaging lies ever told, and it has kept healers, teachers, and light workers struggling while people with no consciousness control all the resources. That era is ending. The financial frequency portal is a cosmic course correction. It's the universe saying enough. It's time for the awakened ones to have access to the resources they need to create the new Earth. And you are one of those awakened ones. You wouldn't be listening to this if you weren't meant to be part of the new wealth paradigm. Think about what you could do with unlimited financial resources. The lives you could change, the projects you could fund, the freedom you could experience, the stress you could eliminate, the dreams you could actualize, the impact you could have. This isn't selfish, this is strategic. The universe needs wealthy, conscious people to redistribute resources in alignment with love rather than fear. October 1st opens the door. The financial frequency portal activates. For 48 hours, the quantum field becomes hypersensitive to your financial intentions. What you declare, what you claim, what you vibrate at during this window will set your financial trajectory for the next several years. This is not the time for small thinking. This is not the time for playing it safe. This is the time to claim the wealth that your soul came here to experience and to use as a tool for planetary transformation. Ashtar Sheran is standing at the portal with the key to unlimited abundance. He's asking you one question. Are you ready to step through and claim what's always been yours? The financial frequency portal opens tomorrow. Your only job is to be ready to receive. Now we get to the most critical part of this entire transmission. Everything I've told you means nothing if you don't prepare yourself properly for what's coming. You cannot walk into a cosmic portal unprepared and expect to come out transformed. It doesn't work that way. The portal amplifies whatever you are. If you're unprepared, if you're still carrying old wounds, old beliefs, old frequencies, the portal will amplify those too, and you will manifest a reality you don't want at a speed that will devastate you. So listen very carefully to what I'm about to share with you, because the next 24 hours will determine your next several years of existence. This is the preparation protocol transmitted directly from Ashtar Sheran through the Galactic Federation to prepare humanity for the portal opening. This is not generic spiritual advice. This is specific, actionable, energetically precise work that must be done before October 1st arrives. The first step is radical honesty. You need to sit down right now, in silence, and ask yourself one question. What am I still carrying that doesn't serve my highest good? And then, you need to listen. Not with your logical mind, but with your intuition. The answer will come as a feeling, a knowing, a memory that surfaces. For some of you, it's resentment towards someone who wronged you. For others, it's shame about past mistakes. For others still, it's deep-seated belief that you're not worthy of success, not deserving of wealth, not capable of greatness. Whatever comes up, and something will come up, you need to release it immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because when that portal opens, you cannot take this baggage through with you. It's energetically impossible. The fifth dimensional frequency will reject anything that vibrates at fear, shame, guilt, or unworthiness. So you have a choice. Release it now consciously, or have it ripped away from you unconsciously when the portal opens, which is an exponentially more painful process. How do you release it? You acknowledge it. You thank it for the lessons it taught you. You forgive everyone involved, including yourself, and then you make a declaration out loud. I release this energy completely and permanently from my field. I am free. I am worthy. I am ready. Say it with conviction. Say it with power. Say it until you feel a physical shift in your body, a lightness, a relief, a sense of freedom. That's how you know the release is complete. The second step is energetic cleansing. Your energy field has been accumulating density for years, possibly lifetimes. Old thought patterns, absorbed emotions from other people, environmental toxins, electromagnetic pollution, all of it creates a kind of energetic sludge that lowers your vibration and blocks your manifestation abilities. You need to clear this before the portal opens, or it will act like an anchor, keeping you trapped in third-dimensional reality while the portal passes you by. Here's a simple but profoundly effective cleansing practice. Stand in the shower, and as the water runs over you, Visualize it as liquid light, pure source energy. See it washing away all the dense, dark, heavy energy from your field. Watch it go down the drain, back to the earth to be transmuted. As you do this, repeat this statement. I cleanse my field of all energy that is not mine, all energy that does not serve my highest good, all energy that blocks my abundance and ascension. Do this for at least 10 minutes. You will feel dramatically different afterward, lighter, clearer, more present. The third step is activating your quantum money consciousness. This is where most people fail because they try to manifest money from a place of need, and need is a poverty frequency. You need to shift from needing money to knowing you already have access to unlimited wealth in the quantum field. Here's how you do this. Close your eyes and imagine your future self, the version of you that's already living in complete financial abundance. See yourself in detail. Where do you live? What do you drive? How do you dress? What does your bank account look like? Who are you helping with your wealth? Now here's the crucial part. Don't imagine this as a future fantasy. Imagine it as a current reality happening right now in a parallel timeline. Because it is. That wealthy version of you exists right now in the quantum field. You're not creating it, you're accessing it. Feel into that reality. Feel what it feels like to be that person. Feel the confidence, the freedom, the peace, the joy. Stay in that feeling for at least 20 minutes. This is not visualization. This is timeline alignment. You're tuning your frequency to match the frequency of your abundant self, and when the portal opens tomorrow, you'll snap into that timeline physically. The fourth step is crystalline light body activation. Your physical body is upgrading right now whether you're aware of it or not. Your DNA is activating dormant codes. Your cells are becoming more crystalline, more receptive to higher frequencies. But you can dramatically accelerate this process through conscious intention. Lie down in a comfortable position. Place your hands on your heart. Take 3 deep breaths. Then speak this activation code out loud. I activate my crystalline light body now. I call forth the highest expression of my divine template. I align every cell, every atom, every particle of my being with 5th dimensional frequency. I am ready to receive the cosmic downloads available through the portal opening October 1st. As you speak these words, you may feel tingling, heat, pressure in various parts of your body. This is normal. This is the activation happening in real time. Your body is recalibrating to hold more light, more energy, more consciousness. Some of you may feel emotional. Some may feel euphoric. Some may feel nothing at first. It doesn't matter. The activation is happening regardless of what you consciously perceive. Do this practice 3 times before tomorrow, morning, afternoon, and night. Each time the activation deepens. The 5th step is declaration of intent. The universe responds to clarity. Vague intentions produce vague results. Specific declarations produce specific manifestations. So you need to get crystal clear about what you're calling in through this portal. Not what you hope for, not what you wish for, what you're claiming as already yours. Write this down with a pen and paper. Not on your phone, not on your computer. The physical act of writing by hand creates a stronger energetic imprint. Write in present tense as if it's already happened. I am now living in my dream home. I now have $500,000 in my bank account. I now have a thriving business that generates $50,000 per month. I now have perfect health and vitality. I now have a loving relationship with my ideal partner. Whatever your specific desires are, write them clearly and specifically. Then read this list out loud 3 times. Once at sunrise, once at noon, once at sunset. Each time you read it, feel it as already true. This programs the quantum field with your exact specifications, and when the portal opens, these specifications manifest rapidly. The 6th step is recognizing and correcting resistance. Your ego is terrified of this transformation. It's terrified of change. It will try everything to keep you in your comfort zone. Even if that comfort zone is miserable, you'll suddenly feel tired, you'll get distracted, you'll have doubts. You'll hear that voice in your head saying, this is all nonsense. None of this is real, you're wasting your time. This is resistance, and it's a sign that you're on the right path. The ego only resists what threatens its control, and this portal threatens to completely dissolve the ego's grip on your reality. When you feel resistance, don't fight it. Acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I see you, resistance. I understand you're afraid, but I'm moving forward anyway. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I don't need protection anymore. I'm ready for transformation. Then immediately do one of the practices I've given you. Action dissolves resistance instantly. The ego can whisper doubts all day long, but the moment you take action, you prove that you're in charge, not the ego. The seventh and final step is gratitude saturation. This is the highest frequency emotion available to humans. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Spend the next 24 hours in a state of constant gratitude. Thank the universe for everything: the air you breathe, the water you drink, the bed you sleep in, the people in your life. Thank the universe in advance for everything that's coming through the portal. Thank your future abundant self for meeting you halfway. Thank Ashtar Sheran and the Galactic Federation for holding this frequency and making this portal available. Thank your higher self for guiding you to this exact moment in time. When you live in gratitude, you tell the universe, I trust you. I know you're always working in my favor. I know abundance is my natural state, and the universe responds to that trust by opening every door, removing every obstacle, and delivering every blessing at quantum speed. Gratitude is not just a nice spiritual practice. It's a manifestation technology, and during portal openings, it's the most powerful technology available. These 7 steps are not suggestions. They are requirements if you want to successfully navigate the portal opening tomorrow. You can skip them and hope for the best, but I'm telling you from direct transmission from Ashtar Sheran, those who prepare will thrive, and those who don't will struggle. The portal doesn't judge. GAD simply amplifies. Make sure what you're amplifying is worthy of your highest destiny. You have 24 hours. Use them wisely. Something extraordinary is happening right now, and most people are completely missing it. The signs are everywhere. The universe is screaming at you through a language that transcends words, transcends logic, transcends everything your rational mind thinks it understands. This language is synchronicity, and as we approach October 1st, the volume is turning up so loud that ignoring it becomes impossible. You've been seeing the numbers, haven't you? 1111, 333, 444, 555. You look at the clock and there they are. You check your phone and there they are. You glance at a receipt and there they are. You probably thought it was just coincidence, just your brain playing tricks on you, just pattern recognition run amok. But let me tell you what's really happening. These are direct communications from higher consciousness, from your future self, from Ashtar Sheran and the Galactic Federation. They are digital breadcrumbs leading you to this exact moment, to this portal, to your transformation. Synchronicity is not random. It's the universe's way of confirming that you're on the right path, that you're aligned with your highest timeline, that something significant is about to happen. Carl Jung discovered this principle decades ago, but even he didn't fully understand the mechanics of it. Synchronicity is what happens when the barrier between the physical and non-physical reality becomes thin enough for information to bleed through. It's when the quantum field momentarily reveals its true nature, showing you that everything is connected, that there are no accidents, that reality is far more intelligent and intentional than you've been taught to believe. As the portal opening approaches, synchronicities don't just increase, they explode. What used to be a rare, special occurrence becomes your daily, hourly, minute-by-minute experience. And this isn't happening to everyone. This is happening specifically to those who are meant to go through the portal, to those whose consciousness is ready for the quantum leap. If you're experiencing an unprecedented level of synchronicity right now, that's your confirmation. That's the universe saying, yes, you're ready, keep going, you're exactly where you need to be. Let me tell you about the types of synchronicities that are occurring right now and what they mean. The first type is numerical synchronicity. The repeated numbers you're seeing are activation codes. Each sequence carries a specific frequency, a specific message. 1111 is the master awakening number. It means the portal is opening in your consciousness. 111 means new beginnings are manifesting. 222 means your thoughts are rapidly manifesting into reality, so choose them carefully. 333 means the ascended masters are surrounding you, guiding you. 444 means you are protected and supported by higher dimensional beings. 555 means massive change is coming. Prepare for transformation. When you see these numbers, don't just acknowledge them and move on. Stop. Breathe. Center yourself. Ask, what was I just thinking about? What was I just feeling? What question was I holding in my consciousness? Because the number appeared in that exact moment for a reason. It's answering you. It's confirming something. It's redirecting you. Pay attention. The universe is speaking directly to you in the only language that can bypass your logical mind's filters. The second type is conversational synchronicity. You think about a specific topic, and within hours, sometimes minutes, someone brings up that exact topic in conversation. Or you hear it on the radio, or you see it in a video title, or it shows up in an article. Your rational mind says coincidence. Your intuitive mind knows better. This is evidence that consciousness is shared, that thoughts are things, that the quantum field is responding to your focus by showing you more of what you're focused on. It's also confirmation that you're tapped into the collective consciousness stream, that you're receiving downloads of information before they become mainstream. When this happens, pay very close attention to what's being said. Often, the universe will use other people as messengers to deliver information you need to hear. They'll say something that seems casual or random to them, but strikes you like lightning because it's the exact answer to a question you've been holding. This is not them being wise. This is the universe speaking through them to you. Honor these moments. Write down what was said. Contemplate its deeper meaning. There are layers of intelligence in these synchronistic conversations that will only reveal themselves as you meditate on them. The third type is encounter synchronicity. You randomly run into someone you were just thinking about, or you meet someone new who has exactly the skills, connections, or resources you need for your next step. For you find yourself in the right place at the right time to overhear a conversation that changes everything. These are not accidents. These are orchestrated meetings arranged by your higher self, by the universe, by Ashtar Sheran working behind the scenes to align you with the people and opportunities that match your elevated frequency. As the portal opens, these encounters will accelerate dramatically. You'll meet people who feel strangely familiar even though you've never met them before. These are often soul family members, people you've known in other lifetimes, people you made agreements with before incarnating to meet again at this specific moment in history. When you feel that instant recognition, that deep resonance with someone new, pay attention. They're in your life for a reason. They're part of your ascension team, whether they know it consciously or not. The fourth type is environmental synchronicity. Animals appearing with messages, birds flying in specific patterns, weather shifting dramatically based on your emotional state, technology malfunctioning or functioning in unusual ways, lights flickering when you have a powerful thought, objects moving or appearing in places they shouldn't be. Your rational mind will try desperately to explain these away, but your soul knows. These are reality glitches, moments when the simulation reveals itself, moments when the matrix shows you that physical reality is far more malleable than you've been taught. Ashtar Sheran wants you to understand something crucial about these synchronicities. They are not just confirmations, they are also instructions. The universe is not just saying, yes, you're on the right path. It's also saying, go this direction, talk to this person, take this action, trust this feeling. Synchronicities are the navigation system for your ascension journey. They are how higher consciousness guides you through the chaos of third-dimensional reality toward your highest timeline. But here's what most people don't understand. Synchronicities require participation. You can't just observe them and do nothing. When you see a sign, you must act on it. When you feel a pull towards something, you must follow it. When someone appears in your life synchronistically, you must engage with them. The universe is setting up the dominoes, but you still have to knock over the first one. Free will is always respected. The portal will open whether you walk through it or not. The synchronicities will guide you to the door, but you have to choose to step through. Right now, in these final hours before the portal opens, the synchronicity explosion is reaching its peak. You're going to see and experience things that defy explanation. Don't try to rationalize them. Don't try to make them fit into your old worldview. Just acknowledge them, Feel the truth of them in your body and let them guide you. Your logical mind is not equipped to understand what's happening. It's going to protest. It's going to say you're seeing patterns that aren't there, that you're becoming delusional, that you need to be more realistic. Ignore it. That voice is the last gasp of your old identity, trying to keep you trapped in limitation. There's a specific synchronicity that many of you will experience in the next 24 hours, and Ashtar Sheran wants you to watch for it. You will encounter something from your childhood, something you haven't thought about in years or even decades, a song you used to love, a toy you used to play with, a place you used to go, a person you used to know. When this happens, it's not nostalgia. It's a retrieval mission. Your higher self is bringing this memory forward because there's something in it, some frequency, some innocence, some pure joy that you need to reconnect with before you go through the portal. Children exist naturally in fifth-dimensional consciousness before the world trains it out of them. This synchronicity is reminding you of who you were before you forgot, so you can become that again, but with adult awareness and capability. Another specific synchronicity to watch for is technical malfunctions that force you to slow down. Your phone dies at a crucial moment. Your car won't start. Your internet goes out. Your computer freezes. These aren't problems. These are interventions. The universe is literally stopping you from continuing on a path that doesn't serve your highest good. It's forcing a pause so you can recalibrate, so you can make a different choice, so you can avoid a timeline that would have taken you away from the portal. When technology fails you in the next 24 hours, don't get frustrated. Get curious. Ask, what am I being protected from? What am I being redirected toward? The final type of synchronicity, and perhaps the most powerful, is dream synchronicity. The veil is thinnest when you sleep, and right now, your dreams are not just dreams. They are interdimensional experiences, astral meetings, future memory downloads. You're dreaming of places you've never been that feel more real than waking life. You're having conversations with people who may or may not exist in physical form. You're receiving instructions, warnings, activations. Write down your dreams immediately upon waking. Don't wait. Don't think you'll remember. You won't. The information is too high frequency for your conscious mind to hold without anchoring it on paper. The synchronicity explosion is proof that the portal is real, that this transmission is accurate, that October 1st is indeed the moment everything changes. The universe doesn't go to this much trouble to get your attention unless something monumentally important is happening. Ashtar Sheran is orchestrating a symphony of signs, and you are the audience and the instrument simultaneously. Listen to the music, follow the rhythm, dance with the synchronicities. They are leading you home. We've arrived at the most sobering part of this transmission, and I need you to hear this with complete clarity, because what I'm about to tell you is not designed to scare you, but to wake you up to the gravity of this moment. Tomorrow is not just another day. It's not just another portal. It's not just another energetic shift. Tomorrow is a fork in the road of human consciousness, and the path you take will determine not just your next few years, but the trajectory of your soul for thousands of years to come. Let me be direct. Not everyone makes it through. Not everyone ascends. Not everyone steps into the fifth-dimensional timeline. And this isn't because the universe is cruel or judgmental or playing favorites. It's because ascension is not a gift that's given. It's a frequency that's matched. You cannot be lifted into a vibration you're not resonating at. You cannot be dragged into a dimension you're not aligned with. The portal opens for everyone, but only those who have prepared themselves, only those who have raised their consciousness, only those who have done the inner work will be able to pass through it. This is the dimensional choice point. This is where humanity splits into two distinct timelines, and once that split occurs, crossing from one to the other becomes exponentially more difficult. Think of it like a train that stops at a station for exactly 48 hours. Some people board the train. Some people stand on the platform watching it. And when those 48 hours are up, the train leaves, and those who didn't board are left behind to wait for the next one, which won't arrive for another 26,000 years. I know this sounds harsh. I know this sounds exclusive. I know this triggers something in you that says everyone should ascend, everyone should be saved, everyone should automatically evolve. But that's not how consciousness works. Evolution requires choice. It requires effort. It requires the willingness to let go of everything that's keeping you small. You cannot drag your victim stories into the fifth dimension. You cannot bring your blame and resentment. You cannot carry your addiction to drama and suffering. These frequencies are incompatible with higher consciousness, and if you try to bring them through the portal, you will experience what can only be described as energetic rejection. So who gets left behind? It's not about good people or bad people. It's not about religious people or spiritual people. It's about frequency. Those who are still deeply identified with their ego. Those who are still invested in being right rather than being free. Those who are still blaming others for their circumstances. Those who are still waiting for someone to rescue them. Those who are still addicted to the drama of victimhood. They will not be able to access the fifth dimensional timeline. Not because they're being punished, but because they're literally vibrating at a frequency that cannot exist in that dimensional space. Let me paint you a picture of what the two timelines look like so you understand what you're choosing between. The third dimensional timeline, the old Earth timeline, continues to decline. Scarcity increases, control increases, fear increases. Technology becomes more invasive. Freedom becomes more restricted. Health deteriorates. The gap between rich and poor widens catastrophically. Natural disasters intensify. Social chaos escalates. This is not prophecy. This is the natural trajectory of a consciousness locked in separation, competition, and fear. Those who remain on this timeline will experience an increasingly difficult existence, and many will not understand why life keeps getting harder despite their efforts. The fifth dimensional timeline, the new Earth timeline, is the opposite. Abundance becomes the norm. Health becomes natural. Synchronicity becomes constant. Manifestation becomes instantaneous. Community based on love rather than fear becomes the foundation of society. Technology serves humanity rather than controlling it. People remember their divine nature and live from that truth. Wealth flows freely to those who are in service. Joy becomes the baseline emotional state. Time feels different, more spacious, more present. This is not fantasy. This is the reality that already exists in the quantum field, waiting for those who are ready to match its frequency. And here's what you need to understand about this choice point. It's not a one-time decision you make consciously. It's a decision you've been making with every thought, every emotion, every action for years, and tomorrow is simply when that accumulated choice becomes locked in. If you've been doing the work, if you've been clearing your trauma, if you've been raising your vibration, if you've been choosing love over fear consistently, you're already aligned with the fifth dimensional timeline. The portal opening tomorrow is simply the moment when you physically shift into it. But if you've been resisting growth, if you've been clinging to old patterns, if you've been choosing comfort over transformation, if you've been staying in situations and relationships that drain you because you're afraid of change, then you're aligned with the third dimensional timeline, and tomorrow will simply confirm that alignment. The portal isn't creating the split. The portal is revealing the split that's already happened in consciousness. Ashtar Sheran wants you to know that there is no judgment in this, none whatsoever. Every soul is on its own journey, evolving at its own pace, learning its own lessons. Some souls genuinely need more time in third dimensional experience to complete their learning. Some souls are not ready for the responsibility that comes with fifth dimensional consciousness, and that's perfectly fine from a cosmic perspective. But for those of you who know in your bones that you're ready, for those of you who have been preparing for this your entire life, for those of you who came to Earth specifically for this moment, you need to understand that tomorrow is your moment. Miss it, and you'll spend the next several years watching from the old timeline as others live the reality you were meant to inhabit. There's a specific feeling you need to watch for in the next 24 hours that will tell you which timeline you're gravitating toward. If you feel expansion, excitement, readiness, a sense of coming home, you're aligning with the fifth dimensional timeline. If you feel contraction, resistance, skepticism, fear, a desire to cling to what's familiar, you're defaulting back to the third dimensional timeline. Neither feeling is wrong, but only one leads to ascension. Here's the difficult truth that most spiritual teachers won't tell you. You can't save everyone. You can't drag people through the portal who aren't ready. You can't force consciousness evolution on someone who's still deeply asleep. And one of the hardest parts of ascending is accepting that some people you love, some people you care deeply about, will not make this shift with you. They'll remain on the old timeline while you move to the new one, and the energetic distance between you will become so vast that maintaining those relationships will become impossible. This is why so many of you have been experiencing the death of old relationships over the past few years. Jobs ending, friendships dissolving, family members becoming strangers, romantic partners growing apart. This wasn't random. This was preparation. The universe has been gently, and sometimes not so gently, removing from your life everyone and everything that vibrates at a frequency incompatible with where you're going. It's been painful. It's been lonely. It's been confusing. But it's been necessary. You cannot ascend while energetically tied to people who are determined to stay asleep. Some of you are still holding on to these relationships out of obligation, out of guilt, out of fear of being alone. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't release them before tomorrow, they will act as energetic anchors that keep you from going through the portal. This doesn't mean you stop loving them. This doesn't mean you wish them harm. This means you love them enough to let them walk their own path while you walk yours. You release them with gratitude for what they taught you, and you step into your new reality without looking back. The dimensional choice point is also about releasing old identities. You've been someone your entire life. You've had a story about who you are, what you're capable of, what's possible for you. That story is third-dimensional programming, and it cannot come with you. Tomorrow you have the opportunity to step into a completely new identity, one that's aligned with your highest self, your wealthiest self, your healthiest self, your most powerful self. But you can't be that person while still clinging to the old you. One of them has to die so the other can be born. This is why the portal is described as a death and rebirth experience. Something in you must die. The small you, the limited you, the traumatized you, the afraid you. That version of you cannot survive in fifth-dimensional frequency. It will be burned away by the intensity of the light. And in its place, the true you emerges. The you that existed before the world told you who to be. The you that's connected to Source. The you that knows it's unlimited. The you that's worthy of everything you desire. Are you willing to let the old you die? Are you willing to grieve who you've been so you can become who you're meant to be? Are you willing to burn your old life to the ground if that's what it takes to build the new one? These aren't rhetorical questions. These are the actual questions the universe is asking you right now. And your answer, not the answer you say with your words, but the answer you live with your actions in the next 24 hours, determines which timeline you lock into. The dimensional choice point is here. The fork in the road is directly in front of you. To the left is comfort, familiarity, safety, and slow decline. To the right is uncertainty, transformation, courage, and quantum evolution. Most people, when faced with this choice, go left. They choose what they know over what they could become. But you are not most people. If you were, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have found this transmission. You wouldn't have listened this far. You are one of the ones who came here to choose differently. Ashtar Sheran is asking you, are you ready to prove it? Now we're going to talk about something that the spiritual community has been afraid to discuss openly, something that's been wrapped in shame and guilt and false humility for far too long. We're going to talk about luxury. We're going to talk about wealth at levels that make most people uncomfortable. We're going to talk about mansions and exotic cars and private jets and seven-figure bank accounts and the kind of abundance that doesn't just meet your needs, but exceeds your wildest fantasies. Because here's what you need to understand. The portal opening tomorrow isn't just about spiritual ascension. It's about material manifestation at unprecedented levels. The two are not separate. They never were. That separation was taught to you, programmed into you, to keep you spiritually awake but materially powerless. The truth is that the highest spiritual beings in the universe live in absolute abundance. They exist in realms of such beauty, such luxury, such magnificence, that the wealthiest person on earth lives in poverty by comparison. Ashtar Sheran exists on a ship that would make any luxury yacht look like a rowboat. The Galactic Federation operates with technology and resources that are infinite. Heaven, nirvana, the higher dimensions, they're not places of minimalism and poverty. They're realms of unimaginable abundance, and you are meant to bring that frequency to Earth. You are meant to be so wealthy that you become a walking demonstration of what's possible when a human remembers their divine nature. Let me destroy a lie right now that's kept countless lightworkers broke and struggling. The lie is this: money is unspiritual, wanting luxury is ego. True enlightenment means being detached from material things. This is propaganda. This is programming installed by religious institutions that needed to keep people poor so they would remain dependent and controllable. The truth is the opposite. Money is energy. Luxury is a frequency. Abundance is your birthright. And wanting beautiful things, wanting comfort, wanting the best that life has to offer, is not ego. It's remembering who you actually are. You are not a limited human having a brief spiritual experience. You are an infinite being having a temporary human experience, and you came here to experience everything, including and especially material abundance. The universe is infinitely abundant. Walk outside and count the stars, count the grains of sand, count the leaves on the trees. That's the level of abundance that's natural to creation. Scarcity is the anomaly. Poverty is the illusion. And tomorrow, when the portal opens, the luxury manifestation codes become available to those who are ready to receive them without guilt, without shame, without apologizing. These codes are specific frequency patterns that exist in the quantum field. They're not visible to the physical eye, but they're very real energetically. Think of them like radio signals. They're always broadcasting, but you need to be tuned to the right frequency to receive them. Most people are tuned to the scarcity frequency, so that's what they receive. Lack, struggle, limitation, just enough to survive. But there's another frequency broadcasting constantly, the luxury frequency, and it's filled with million-dollar opportunities, high-end clients, premium investments, lucrative deals, and windfalls that seem to appear out of nowhere. When the portal opens tomorrow, these luxury manifestation codes get amplified by thousands of %. What would normally take years of frequency work to access becomes available immediately to anyone vibrating at the right level. And here's what that right level is: worthiness. Not just believing you're worthy intellectually, but feeling it in your bones, knowing it in your soul, living from it in every moment. The luxury codes cannot be accessed by someone who still believes on some level that they don't deserve extraordinary wealth. So let's clear that programming right now. You deserve luxury. You deserve wealth. You deserve to live in a beautiful home. You deserve to drive your dream car. You deserve to travel first class. You deserve to wear expensive clothes. You deserve to eat at the finest restaurants. You deserve to never worry about money again. You deserve to have so much wealth that you can be outrageously generous with everyone you meet. Not because you earned it, not because you worked hard for it, but simply because you exist, and existence itself is worthy of abundance. The first luxury manifestation code is the wealth identity activation. This code rewrites your subconscious identity from someone who has to struggle for money to someone for whom wealth flows naturally and effortlessly. When this code activates, you stop seeing yourself as separate from abundance. You recognize that you are abundance. Money doesn't come to you. Money comes through you because you are a channel for the infinite wealth of the universe. This shift in identity is what allows you to manifest 6 and 7 figures with the same ease that you currently manifest small amounts. To activate this code, you need to make a declaration, and you need to make it with absolute conviction. Stand up right now. Place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and say out loud, "I am wealth, I am abundance, I am a magnet for luxury and prosperity. Money flows to me easily and constantly from multiple sources. I am worthy of living like royalty, because I am divine royalty. I claim my inheritance now." Say it until you feel a shift. Say it until something clicks. Say it until you believe it, not just mentally but cellularly. The second luxury manifestation code is the high-end reality anchor. This code attaches your consciousness to the timeline where you're already living in luxury. Remember, all timelines exist simultaneously in the quantum field. Right now, there's a version of you living in your dream mansion, driving your dream car, wearing designer clothes, traveling the world, living in complete financial freedom. That version isn't future you. That's current you in a parallel reality, and what this code does is collapse the distance between this timeline and that timeline, pulling you into the reality where luxury is already your lived experience. Here's how you anchor into that timeline. Close your eyes and visualize your luxury life in extreme detail. See yourself waking up in your mansion. What does the room look like? What thread count are the sheets? What view do you see when you open your eyes? Now see yourself getting ready for the day. What designer clothes are you putting on? What watch are you wearing? What car are you getting into? See yourself arriving at your private office or your beach house or wherever your wealthy self spends time. Feel the textures, smell the scents, hear the sounds. Make it so real that your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between the visualization and actual memory. Do this practice for 20 minutes every day, starting right now. And here's the key. Don't visualize it as something you want. Visualize it as something you're remembering, because you are. You're remembering a reality that already exists, and the more you remember it, the more your current timeline shifts to match it. This is not law of attraction. This is quantum timeline jumping, and it's infinitely more powerful. The third luxury manifestation code is the $1 million frequency lock. This is the exact energetic signature of someone who has at least $1 million in liquid assets. Every wealth level has a frequency. Someone with $10,000 vibrates differently than someone with 100,000, who vibrates differently than someone with 1 million, who vibrates differently than someone with 10 million. These aren't subtle differences. They're distinct, measurable frequency patterns. And the portal opening tomorrow makes it possible to jump directly to the $1 million frequency without having to climb there gradually. To lock into this frequency, you need to act as if you're already wealthy before the money shows up. This doesn't mean being irresponsible with your current finances. This means embodying wealthy consciousness in your daily decisions. Buy the organic food instead of the cheapest option. Tip generously. Invest in quality. Dress well. Carry yourself with confidence. Speak with authority. Take up space unapologetically. Decline opportunities that pay too little for your value. Wealthy people don't chase money. They attract it by being so solid in their worth that money flows to them naturally. Start being that person now, and the portal will lock you into that frequency permanently. The fourth luxury manifestation code is the exotic asset magnetism. This specifically attracts high-end material possessions, luxury cars, designer jewelry, expensive watches, premium real estate, art, whatever physical symbols of wealth resonate with you. Now, some spiritual teachers will say focusing on material things is shallow, but they're missing the point. These items aren't just things, they're frequency holders. A Rolls-Royce vibrates at a different frequency than a basic sedan. A Rolex vibrates differently than a cheap watch. When you surround yourself with high-frequency objects, you maintain a high-frequency state, which attracts more high-frequency experiences, including financial ones. Start creating a visual board of the luxury items you're calling in. But don't just pin pictures randomly. Study each item. Feel what it would be like to own it. Research it. Obsess over it. Let yourself want it without shame. The universe doesn't judge your desires. The universe fulfills them. When you allow yourself to fully want something luxurious without guilt, you open an energetic pathway for it to manifest. And during the portal opening, those pathways become superhighways. The fifth and final luxury manifestation code is the generosity amplifier. This might seem counterintuitive, but the fastest way to become extremely wealthy is to become extremely generous. Not after you have money, now, with whatever you have. The universe operates on the principle of circulation. Energy must flow, money must move. When you hoard, even if you're hoarding because you don't have much, you signal to the universe that you believe in scarcity, and the universe gives you more scarcity. But when you give generously, even when it doesn't make logical sense, you signal absolute trust in abundance, and the universe matches that trust with floods of wealth. Starting right now, before the portal opens, give something away. If you have money, give money. If you don't, give time, give attention, give a genuine compliment, give service. Give without expecting anything in return. Give because you're abundant. Give because you're a conduit for universal wealth. And watch what happens. Within days, sometimes hours, you'll receive back tenfold what you gave. This is not karma. This is physics. This is how energy works. And when the portal opens, this amplification effect becomes instantaneous. These 5 luxury manifestation codes are your key to the vault of infinite wealth that opens tomorrow. But they only work if you use them. They only activate if you embody them. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards energetic alignment. Get aligned with luxury. Get aligned with wealth. Get aligned with abundance. And when that portal opens, you'll walk through into a reality so prosperous that your current life will seem like a dream you barely remember. Ashtar Sheran is handing you the codes. The question is, are you ready to activate them? You've been feeling it, haven't you? Time isn't working the way it used to. Days disappear in what feels like hours. Weeks blur together. Months evaporate. You look at the calendar and can't believe it's already October. Already the end of the year, already years since major life events that feel like they happened yesterday. You think you're just getting older. That time speeds up as you age, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is far more profound and far more significant than simple perception. Time is collapsing. Not metaphorically, literally. The linear structure of past, present, and future that has governed human experience for thousands of years is breaking down. Time, as you've known it, is a third-dimensional construct, a framework that creates the illusion of separation between cause and effect, between intention and manifestation, between who you are and who you're becoming. But in fifth-dimensional consciousness, time doesn't exist the way you experience it. Everything happens simultaneously. All moments exist at once. And tomorrow, when the portal opens, you will begin operating in this non-linear time reality, and it will fundamentally change everything about how you create your life. Let me explain what's actually happening from a quantum physics perspective. Einstein proved that time is relative, that it bends and stretches based on speed and gravity, that it's not the fixed, objective thing we pretend it is, but he only scratched the surface. The deeper truth is that time is a construct of consciousness. It's a measurement tool your mind uses to make sense of sequential experiences. But consciousness itself exists outside of time. Your awareness is not bound by past, present, or future. It can access any point in the space-time continuum simultaneously. Right now, as Earth's frequency rises, as the Schumann resonance spikes, as the magnetic field fluctuates wildly, the rigid structure of linear time is softening. The boundaries between past, present, and future are becoming permeable. This is why you're experiencing time differently. This is why you're having memories of things that haven't happened yet. This is why you're having déjà vu constantly. This is why you're meeting people you feel like you've known forever, even though you just met them. You're experiencing timeline bleed-through, moments when different timelines intersect and you become aware of multiple realities simultaneously. And tomorrow, when the portal fully opens, this phenomenon accelerates exponentially. The time collapse becomes complete for those who pass through. What does this mean practically? It means manifestation speed increases to the point of being nearly instantaneous. Goals that would normally take years to achieve collapse into months. Goals that would take months collapse into weeks. Goals that would take weeks collapse into days. And for those operating at the highest frequencies, manifestation becomes same day, sometimes same hour reality. Think about what this means for your wealth goals. In linear time, building significant wealth takes decades. You save, you invest, you wait for compound interest to work its magic. But in collapsed time, in quantum time, you can jump directly to the end result. You can access the timeline where you're already wealthy and merge it with your current experience. This isn't theory. This is happening right now to people who have learned to navigate non-linear time. And tomorrow it becomes available to everyone who goes through the portal. Ashtar Sheran wants you to understand something crucial about the time collapse phenomenon. It's not that time is speeding up, it's that your consciousness is expanding to hold more of the time spectrum simultaneously. Imagine you're watching a movie, but instead of watching it frame by frame from beginning to end, you suddenly see the entire film at once. Every scene, every moment, all happening now. That's what's occurring with your life. Your past, your present, and all your possible futures are beginning to exist as one unified field that you can navigate consciously. This is why preparation is so critical. In linear time, you have space to make mistakes, to learn lessons slowly, to gradually correct your course. But in collapse time, everything accelerates. Good decisions create good results immediately. Bad decisions create consequences immediately. Positive thoughts manifest positive experiences immediately. Negative thoughts manifest negative experiences immediately. The buffer zone that gave you time to course correct is disappearing. This is both the greatest opportunity and the greatest responsibility. Let me give you a practical example of how to work with collapsed time. Most people set goals by projecting into the future. I will be wealthy. I will be healthy. I will be successful. This creates a perpetual state of future orientation, which means the desired outcome is always ahead of you, always out of reach, always tomorrow. But in collapsed time, you don't set future goals. You access present realities that exist in parallel timelines. You don't say, I will be wealthy. You say, I am wealthy in the timeline I'm now choosing to inhabit. And then you begin making decisions from that reality rather than toward that reality. This is how you leverage the time collapse phenomenon. Every decision you make is either reinforcing your current timeline or shifting you to a new one. When you make a decision from lack consciousness, from fear, from limitation, you anchor more deeply into the timeline where those conditions persist. But when you make a decision from abundance consciousness, from courage, from possibility, you jump timelines into a reality where those qualities dominate. And during the portal opening tomorrow, these timeline jumps become dramatic, noticeable, undeniable. You're going to wake up after the portal opens and feel like you're in a different world, because you will be. The people around you will seem different. Opportunities that weren't there before will suddenly be everywhere. Problems that seemed insurmountable will dissolve. Resources you needed will appear. This isn't magic. This is the natural result of jumping from a low-frequency timeline to a high-frequency timeline. It's like changing channels on a television. The programs on Channel 3 are completely different from the programs on Channel 33, even though the TV is the same. But here's what most people don't understand about timeline jumping during a time collapse event. Once you jump, you can't bring the old timeline with you. The version of you that struggled, that doubted, that lived in fear, that version stays behind on the old timeline. Only the new you, the upgraded you, the version that's aligned with abundance and possibility, makes the jump. This is why the portal experience feels like a death and rebirth. Because it is. The old you literally ceases to exist, and the new you takes its place. There's a specific phenomenon that will occur in the next 48 hours that you need to be aware of. You're going to experience moments of disorientation, moments where you can't quite remember if something happened or if you dreamed it, moments where you're not sure which timeline you're in. This is normal. This is your consciousness adjusting to operating in non-linear time. Don't fight it. Don't try to force everything to make logical sense. Logic is a tool of linear time. In collapse time, you navigate by feeling, by intuition, by resonance. When you feel disoriented, ground yourself in the present moment. Take 3 deep breaths, feel your body, look at your surroundings. Declare out loud, I am here now, fully present, fully aligned with my highest timeline. This simple practice will stabilize you during the transition and ensure you don't accidentally slip back into a lower timeline out of confusion or fear. Another aspect of the time collapse phenomenon is the acceleration of karma. Karma is simply cause and effect separated by time. You do something, and later you experience the consequence. But as time collapses, that later becomes now. Instant karma becomes the norm. This means everything you put out, you get back immediately. Every act of kindness returns as blessing within hours. Every act of harm returns as consequence within hours. This is why maintaining a high vibration during the portal opening is absolutely essential. You're creating your future reality in real time, with no delay, no buffer, no time to take back what you've set in motion. The most powerful practice for navigating collapse time is accessing your future self. Because time is non-linear, your future self already exists. The you that's 5 years from now incredibly wealthy, perfectly healthy, fully awakened. That version of you is real, is conscious, and can communicate with you right now. Before the portal opens tomorrow, spend time in meditation connecting with your future self. Ask questions, ask for guidance, ask for the downloads and activations you need to become that version of yourself now, rather than over years of gradual growth. Your future self has already walked the path you're about to walk. Your future self knows the pitfalls to avoid, the opportunities to seize, the decisions to make. And in collapse time, you have direct access to that wisdom. This is one of the most underutilized tools in manifestation, and during the portal opening, it becomes exponentially more powerful. Your future self can literally reach back through time and pull you forward, collapsing years of evolution into days of quantum transformation. There's also a warning that comes with the time collapse phenomenon. Some people will try to use this accelerated manifestation power to manipulate, control, or harm others. They'll try to manifest wealth at the expense of others, or power over others, or revenge against others. This will not work the way they think it will. Remember, collapsed time means instant karma. Any intention rooted in harm will return to its sender immediately, amplified by the portal's energy. The only way to successfully navigate this phenomenon is from a place of love, service, and alignment with the highest good of all. The time collapse phenomenon is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the universe giving you back your natural state of being, the state where you're not a victim of circumstance slowly grinding through life, but a conscious creator rapidly manifesting your desired reality. Tomorrow, when the portal opens, time as you've known it ends, and in its place, you gain access to all time, all possibilities, all versions of yourself simultaneously. This is what Ashtar Sheran has been preparing you for. This is why this moment matters so much. The 48-hour window is your opportunity to step out of linear limitation and into quantum possibility. The clock is ticking, but not in the way you think, because after tomorrow, the clock doesn't tick at all. It spirals, it expands, it collapses, and you become the master of it rather than its servant. Are you ready for time to work for you instead of against you? The portal opens tomorrow. The time collapse begins now. We've arrived at the final moment. Everything I've shared with you over the course of this transmission has been building to this point, to this activation, to this choice. In a few hours, the portal opens. In a few hours, your life changes forever. In a few hours, you will either step into the greatest transformation of your existence, or you will remain where you are, watching from the sidelines as others ascend into the reality you were meant to inhabit. But before we complete this journey together, before I give you the final activation that will prepare you for what's coming, I need you to understand something with absolute clarity. This is not about belief. This is not about faith. This is not about hoping that what I've told you is true. This is about decision. This is about commitment. This is about making an irreversible choice in this moment that you are ready, that you are worthy, that you are absolutely done with limitation and lack and struggle and victimhood. Take a moment right now and feel into your body. Feel the truth of everything you've heard, not what your logical mind is saying, because your logical mind is terrified right now. It's screaming that this is too good to be true, that people don't just transform overnight, that you should be realistic and practical and safe. Ignore that voice. That voice is the death rattle of your old identity trying to survive. Instead, feel into your heart, feel into your gut, feel into your soul. What do they say? They say yes. They say it's time. They say you've been waiting for this your entire life, and it's finally here. Everything that has happened to you up until this point has been preparation. Every challenge you've faced, every heartbreak you've endured, every failure you've experienced, every moment of despair when you thought you couldn't go on, all of it was strengthening you for this moment. You needed to be strong enough to handle what's coming. You needed to be clear enough to recognize the opportunity. You needed to be ready enough to seize it without hesitation. And you are. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. Now we bring it all together. The cosmic awakening, the quantum field rupture, the financial frequency portal, the preparation protocol, the synchronicity explosion, the dimensional choice point. the luxury manifestation codes, the time collapse phenomenon. These aren't separate teachings, they're all aspects of the same event, the same transformation, the same quantum leap that occurs when the portal opens tomorrow. And the final integration is about weaving all of these elements into your consciousness so completely that they become your new operating system. Let me guide you through the final activation now. You can do this with your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right. But wherever you are, however you're listening, give this moment your complete attention, because this is the moment everything changes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 counts, release it slowly through your mouth. Do this 3 times. With each exhale, release every doubt, every fear, every resistance. Let it all go. Now visualize a beam of white light coming down from the cosmos, from Ashtar Sheran himself, from the Galactic Federation, from Source Consciousness. See this light entering through the crown of your head, flooding your entire body with pure, high-frequency energy. This light is carrying all the codes, all the activations, all the upgrades you need for tomorrow. Feel it moving through every cell, every organ, every system. Feel your body becoming lighter, brighter, more crystalline. This is your light body activation happening in real time. As this light fills you completely, make this declaration out loud with absolute conviction. I am a divine being of infinite power and unlimited potential. I release all programming of limitation, lack and unworthiness. I claim my birthright of abundance, health and spiritual mastery. I am ready to step through the portal opening October 1st, 2025. I am ready to ascend into 5th dimensional consciousness. I am ready to manifest wealth beyond measure. I am ready to live as my highest self. And so it is. Feel the truth of those words reverberating through your entire being. You've just encoded your intention into the quantum field. You've just placed your order with the universe. You've just declared to all of existence that you are choosing ascension, you are choosing abundance, you are choosing transformation. And the universe has no choice but to honor that declaration because you are a creator being and your word is law in your reality. Now I want you to visualize the portal. See it as a massive gateway of swirling energy, brilliant colors that don't exist in normal reality, sacred geometric patterns pulsing with life. This portal is real. It exists in the energetic realm right now, and tomorrow it becomes accessible to physical consciousness. See yourself standing in front of this portal, and on the other side, see the life you're meant to live. Your dream home, your luxury car, your overflowing bank account, your perfect health, your soul family, your life purpose fully expressed, all of it right there waiting for you. And here's what I need you to understand, that life isn't something you're hoping for, that life already exists. It's real. It's happening right now in a parallel timeline. And tomorrow, when you step through that portal, you don't create that life, you merge with it. You become the version of you that's already living it. This is the quantum leap. This is the timeline jump. This is the ascension process. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming who you've always been, stripped of all the false layers that the world piled on top of your true nature. See yourself taking that step through the portal. Feel the sensation of moving from one reality to another. Feel the moment of transition, that split second where everything changes. And then feel yourself on the other side, in your new reality, in your abundant life, in your ascended consciousness. This is not fantasy. This is pre-memory. You're remembering tomorrow before it happens, because in non-linear time it's already happening. You're just catching up to it. Now bring your awareness back to this moment, but carry that feeling with you. Carry the knowing that the transformation is already complete. The portal may not physically open until tomorrow, but energetically you've already crossed through it. The you sitting here right now and the you living in abundance are becoming one unified being. This is the integration. This is the activation. This is the completion of the process. Ashtar Sheran has one final message for you, and I'm going to deliver it exactly as it was transmitted to me. He says, "Beloved soul of earth, you have journeyed far. You have endured much. You have forgotten and remembered countless times. But this moment, this portal, this is what you came for. This is your graduation. This is your liberation. I have been watching over you since before you were born into this body. I have guided you through every dark night of the soul. I have celebrated every small victory along your path. And now I stand at the gateway, holding it open for you, waiting for you to claim what has always been yours. Do not doubt yourself now. Do not shrink back into smallness. Do not let the fear of your own magnificence keep you trapped in limitation. You are ready. You have always been ready. Step through. Claim your abundance. Embody your power. Ascend into your true nature. And when you do, when you allow yourself to become everything you're meant to be, you won't just transform your own life. You'll become a beacon for others still struggling in the darkness. You'll become living proof that ascension is real, that manifestation works, that the universe truly is abundant beyond measure. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your portal. I'll see you on the other side. That was Ashtar Sheran speaking directly to your soul. And now you have a choice to make, the most important choice of your life. Are you going to step through that portal tomorrow, or are you going to let it pass you by? Are you going to claim the abundance that's waiting for you, or are you going to settle for survival? Are you going to ascend, or are you going to stay behind? The answer to that question must be decided now, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is simply when your decision manifests into physical reality. I want you to make a commitment right now, a sacred commitment to yourself, to your highest self, to the universe, to Ashtar Sheran. Say out loud, I commit to stepping through the portal on October 1st, 2025. I commit to doing whatever inner work is necessary in the next 24 hours to prepare myself. I commit to releasing all resistance, all doubt, all fear. I commit to claiming my abundance, my power, my divine birthright. I commit to my ascension. Nothing will stop me. Nothing will distract me. Nothing will pull me back into limitation. I am ready, I am worthy, I am going through, and so it is. The next 24 hours are the most critical of your entire life. Use them wisely. Do the practices I've given you. Clear your energy. Raise your frequency. Connect with your future self. Release old relationships and identities that don't serve your highest good. Stay in gratitude. Maintain unwavering focus on the reality you're stepping into. Avoid negativity, avoid doubt. Avoid anyone or anything that lowers your vibration. This is not the time for business as usual. This is the time for complete dedication to your transformation. And when you wake up on October 1st, when you feel the portal opening, when you sense the dimensional shift occurring, don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Don't wait for permission or validation or proof. Just step through. Trust yourself. Trust the universe. Trust Ashtar Sheran. Trust everything you've learned in this transmission. The portal will be open for 48 hours, but I'm telling you, the sooner you step through, the more powerful your experience will be. This is the end of the transmission, but it's the beginning of your new life. Everything changes tomorrow. You will never be the same after October 1st, 2025. The only question is whether you'll be transformed or whether you'll be left behind. I know what your choice is. You know what your choice is. Now it's time to prove it. Before you go, I need you to do one more thing. Comment below right now and tell me, I am ready for the portal. I am stepping through. I claim my abundance. Let the universe see your declaration. Let your commitment be witnessed. And then subscribe to this channel and hit the like button, because you're going to want to come back and watch this again after you've transformed, just to remember how it all began. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. This message isn't just for you. It's for everyone who's ready to ascend. The portal opens tomorrow. Ashtar Sheran is waiting. Your abundant life is waiting. Your highest self is waiting. The only thing left is for you to take that step. Go prepare yourself. I'll see you on the other side. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your ascension. And so it is.